Dr. Valentino to the OR, please.
Nothing like a good workout before you go sharpen a saw. Yeah, that's right. We're going to sharpen a saw. Thanks for joining me today. Do appreciate it a lot. You may be wondering why I did that intro this time. Well, I'm pretty health conscious. I believe that both body, mind, and soul need to be in good health as much as we possibly can. And every day I work out. So if I've inspired you to go take a run or lift some weights or do some work around the yard or something where you're physically active, taking care of your physical body, I'm happy if I inspire you to do that. So that's why I did that. But anyway, today I've got this saw that was my father's and is now mine. It's a nice hand saw. It's a Superior hand saw, and that's a brand name. Many of you may know what this is all about. It is an antique. It's probably, I'm gonna guess it's about 70 years old, maybe 80 years old. I can't guarantee that. I'm not that old, but I know my dad had it quite a bit before I did, and he handed it down to me, and he since has passed on, and so I have this saw and I use it as much as I possibly can. Now, one of the problems has been it's a crosscut saw. That's not a problem. It's a crosscut saw, and it does really quite well. It's rather thin. It does nice fine cuts, but over the years it's gotten a bit dull because of all of its use. And so it's high time that I sharpen it. And it's a rather easy method, and I'm going to show you how we do it today. I've got this file. I'll do a little close-up of this file here. It's a triangular file. It's got 3 flat sides, and there's a purpose for that. And it's designed to get inside these teeth and do a quick sharpen. Also, what I don't have is a saw holder. I don't even know what it's really called. It's a metal clamp thing that clamps down, takes the length of the saw, and then it holds it nice and stiff. Instead, I'm just going to use a couple of 2x4s, and I'll put it in my vise, and then we'll sharpen it. We'll put it like this and get it up closer. You know what? Let me just bring the camera down, and I'll show you how we're going to do it, and then we'll just do it. All right, there we go. I'm going to angle this just a little bit like that. Tighten that down. Give it a couple of pounds. And open this baby up. Just big enough that I can put 2 2x4s in there like that. And then what I'll end up doing is sliding the saw in between the two like this. Push it down a little bit, and that'll give me rigidity. It'll keep the saw from bending around. Now as I get up closer to the end here, it's going to flex a little bit. I may want to make an adjustment. But for you all, I'm just going to show you how this is done the old-fashioned style. Now this file has 3 flat sides. It's a triangular file, and it's designed that way for pure practicality, so that when you're using this side here and you may have worn it out, you've got this side and you've got this side. Pretty ingenious. They did plan for it to wear, and it's designed to be able to take in an angle down in here, and I'll show you a little bit of a close-up in just a minute. But once you get that worn off, you could always turn it this way, and then you've got the other side. So it's a practical device, and I'm kind of impressed with the way things used to be made, and still are. I mean, there are files like this that you can still get your hands on. Here's a flat file. I've got a number of files that I inherited from my father, and here's a kind of a cool file. It's a half round over here and a flat over here. Obviously it gives you an edge if you needed something to file something sharp edged, but this is great for rounding over this way, you know, as you file, so you can get a hole just enlarged just a little bit more. One other one that I like, oh, here's another one. It's a smaller version of that. One other, I've got a few rat tail files, perfect for circular. Is there another one in here that I really like? This is a big rat tail file. Yeah, I love all of these things. I remember my dad using them. And here's a rasp. It's a wood rasp. Very aggressive. Wouldn't use it on metal, certainly, but very cool. Simons, Simons with a D, Simonds, made in the USA. It's even called a whiz cut Vixen. That's pretty funny. All right, amazing names they have for these things. Oh, have you ever seen a screwdriver that you could screw things from around the corner? There you go. All right, enough of that. I'm going to get inside of here. Now, I've already done all of the teeth that are going in this direction. That's cross-cut, so that means every other tooth is going this way. The opposite tooth is going this way. So I've already done everything going like this. It's time to skip over to the next one, which is this direction, and file. And I'm going to do a little close-up so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Some of the teeth are going this direction, and then the next tooth is going this direction. Oops, right there. So I don't know if you can see this or not, but I've already gone this direction. And how do I know what angle? Well, I just take the flat of the file and rest it up against the tooth until I feel it there, and then, you know, give it a nice, like that, and it files the flat side of the tooth, and then you get the sharp peak. This one is going this way. And I want to do the same amount on each. Now, I'm going to skip this one because I've already done it, and I'm going to go to this one now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do 4 there. Skip this one, go to this one. So you can see it can be a little tedious. Skip this one, go to this one. I guess we're doing okay. Skip that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And from my angle, I'm looking straight down on it. I can see that it has cleaned it up, sharpened it up. So I'm going to go down the whole length, and one at a time, very patiently, and then we're going to try it out and see if we can cut wood with it. All right, they say the proof is in the pudding. We're going to take this out of here. I'm going to take this little piece of scrap wood, mount it in here, and see if we can cut this wood after sharpening this. Wow. There you go. Almost like how I remember it as a kid growing up. Look at that. Very nice. That's all it takes, folks. Patience. And as a matter of fact, these days, patience, slowing down, taking your time with a hand tool and filing one tooth at a time. I don't know how many teeth are on here, but there's a lot. Kind of slows you down a little bit too. And this world can make you go very, very fast. So I would say from time to time, make sure you take time, slow down, and do a project like this. You know, I feel a lot more relaxed right now after doing this than I did getting ready to do it. So much anxiety, I was anxious, I wanted to get it done. And then when I got into it and I had to pay attention and take my time and be patient, I kind of calmed down. That's part of the emotional, spiritual, mental, physical taking care of yourself. So take care of yourself today, all right, guys? Do something that requires a little bit of patience, a little bit of time, set everything aside, relax. Go work out. That helps me too. That actually lowers my blood pressure after I do a workout. But very rewarding, very satisfying, and revitalizing a tool that was my father's and continues to be mine, and one day, and to some degree is today, my son's tool as well, if he ever needed it. And revitalizing it was very, very satisfying. All right, that's all I have for you. Today, if you go down to the link down below or in the description, I'll put a link where you can get some files like this, maybe even a link for a saw like this. You probably won't need to sharpen it if you bought a brand new one, but maybe we can find an old one, or if you have an old one laying around, get yourself a file, a vise, and even though I used 2x4s to kind of shore this up so that it would be nice and rigid, I'll put a link below to a metal tool that is used for that as well, in case you're interested in picking up one of those, picking up a file, and sharpening a saw. It's that simple, folks. Don't forget, join us on all of our social media. And if you look at Instagram, you probably saw this saw, and I was asking about it. And I like to do that on Instagram from time to time. Put a little foreshadowing of some of the things that we're doing here on the YouTube channel. So make sure you hook up with us on Instagram, okay? That's it. Patreon patrons, thank you very much. If you're not a Patreon patron, consider doing it. Please, I would really, really appreciate it. And if anything, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe to the channel. Let us know. Like this, share this video with others, please. And let's get the word out about some of the fun things we do around here. Let's share it with everybody. Love you guys. Thank you. God bless you. God bless America. May America bless God.